as humans, we lose things. A lot of things. And then we have to go search for them. And I know this has been happening for over thousands of years on this earth. And another thought about how long humans have been around relative to the earth has crossed everybody's mind at one point or another. I mean, the universe is 13 billion years old, and the earth alone is 4 billion years old. And humans have been on this earth and in this universe for 2022 years, also known as 300,000 years. So if you think about it, technically over 4 billion years has been lost. Okay, well, we do have evidence, but evidence is different from documents. Humans have documents. But I mean, there wasn't like studious ass dinosaurs that were documenting their notes and saying, oh, this will be very valuable for the future generation of this universe. But that actually may be capped because I mean, these guys were around, so seems like a pretty accurate depiction to me. I mean, there's been so many things that have been lost of time. People, practices, many Overwatch games, and of course, probably the biggest one, lost media. I haven't been on the lost media scene that long. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I would say that I am an expert. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't even know like 10% of these. I've known about lost media for a decently long time, but the time I've really got intrigued by it was when I watched a Blame It on Jorge lost media iceberg video. And now these iceberg videos are everywhere. On the iceberg, these are like the major and popular ones out of the bunch. But if you go on the lost media wiki itself, there is a lot. And this wiki page is getting constantly updated. And the more and more interest that I build towards lost media, it makes me realize actually how much of history has been lost to time. Like when we were first starting to actually record and make movies, people had to use film rolls, and those things are incredibly flammable. In the era of silent films, most of those are gone. It's estimated to be about 75% of them are lost forever, unsalvageable. And it really sucks because there are some cool movies in black and white. Like, come on, I want to watch London After Midnight. Salvage that movie. Whenever I hear about some lost media being found, it really gives me a glimmer of hope that not all media may be gone forever. For example, the movie from the 1920s known as Metropolis, people thought that that movie was completely gone. I mean, unsalvageable, like completely damaged. A quarter of that movie is now unsalvageable. You can't watch it. But then it turns out that the movie was salvageable and you were able to recover it, and now you can go on YouTube and watch it completely for free. Well, I mean, it's not completely for free for everybody because, you know, like there's homeless people around and they don't got access to devices like you. Oh, and also may I add that this shot right here, this shot low-key kind of scared me. I mean, this shot is so weird because like directly centered on her, and then when she opens her eyes, it's like she's looking directly into my soul. I mean, look, I don't have anything against the actress or anything because, you know, she looked she looked pretty good. You know, like if I was in the 1920s, I would shoot my shot, and I would be very respectful if I was rejected. And then there's also the Sesame Street episode with the Wicked Witch, known as what's the episode called? So the original reason why this became lost in the first place was because there was complaints flooding in about the show being too scary for the younger demographic, that the episode was scary for kids. But upon watching it when it was found, me and other people realized that it's not that bad. I mean, go ahead and watch it. It's on YouTube. And think to yourself, would you be okay with your kid watching this? And a personal favorite of mine that was found is the found footage from the medieval times. I mean, this is just so goofy. Like, come on, if this is really footage from a time traveler, come on, the future really got some doo-doo cameras. But on a serious level, lost media is genuinely important. Preserving art is also extremely important. So many different people put so much time and effort into these different projects, and it sucks that it's just lost. But yes, some pieces of media should remain lost because, oh man, I think some of them don't need to be seen by the masses. But as humans, we just in general consume a lot of media, whether it be from television or playing games or watching a movie or watching something on the internet. Humans just love watching other people's creations. And people use art as a mean to express themselves, to share their opinions and share a message for what was going on during these time periods through a fictional outlook. And that's why finding lost media is important, because it isn't just somebody's art piece that you're finding, but it's also a timepiece. It's history. And these pieces of art, lost or found, can really show a perspective for how people were feeling and what was actually going on during these times. But look, let's all be honest here, learning about the past in history is pretty boring. So if we find some media from the past, hey, that's pretty entertaining. So we could just watch that. I would much rather watch a movie that was from the past than